guess congratulations to workers in Edo State. But for those who are in governance, we say this perhaps will be like a banana peel. Since that you are leaving office, the coming government might find this as a difficult task to keep up with. But what inspired the increase from 40,000 is just about 2 years ago when you increased it. Why this new increase?
Well, thank you very much. And you must always understand that government and governance is about our people. And you cannot say you're doing well as a government if your people are in penury and are unhappy. Let us understand this minimum wage calculation. In 2011, when minimum wage was 18,000, the exchange rate was 160 naira to the dollar. And so effectively, workers in Edo State were taking home about $250 as minimum wage. When we increased minimum wage to 40,000 in 2022, the exchange rate at that time was 415. So effectively, workers were getting about $96, which was, a discount on what they were earning in 2011. Even after that, today, 2024, we have 70,000 naira minimum wage. At the current exchange rate of 1,275 or thereabouts. What they are taking home is actually $55, which is less than 50% of what they were earning a year ago. So for us in Edo State, we believe that the issue is about productivity. Paying people well so that they can produce more, not pretending that you're paying them salaries when you know that that salary cannot motivate them to produce the goods and services you require. I think the key issue is how do we pay for it? We are not a three-part state. We look at our numbers very, very carefully and closely. Unfortunately for us, because we understood that this was going to happen, we have seen it, we have predicted it, and we're taking measures as a state to mitigate this situation we find ourselves today. So what did we do? We took fundamental reforms in our public services and the way government works. We got in an IPP, we have a Sion, so I don't buy diesel at the rates people are buying diesel to run power in the state and in government facilities. We moved our government operations to a digital platform. So we are paperless. So we don't spend the kind of money on stationery and all those costs that we traditionally used to run government. I expect that I'll be able to get better gas price from NNPC. Today we're paying $6.50 per cost. I hope we'll be able to get a better price to lower our cost of energy. By the time we undertake all these savings, which will have certain and we still will have the money to pay.
Interesting. I was looking at your overhead budgeted for in 2023 budget, which falls about 40 billion. Your pensions and gratuity figures in that budget is about 15 billion, and capital budget was about 185 billion. So invariably, this will, and I know that in 2024, it may have gone higher. So what figure are you proposing that this increase will be? Because I'm not sure that you projected this increase in the 2024 budget, did you?
Yes, you're right. So I'm going to my House of Assembly next week with a revised budget to accommodate these changes or these announcements we just made. But just to put it clearly, my overhead budget this year is about 89 billion. Whereas my personnel cost in this year's budget is about 65 billion. So what we're doing is trying to move more money from overhead, from running of the running cost of government, to pay better salaries, better wages to the people who we have employed in government. That's the trick.
So in that sense, the question is the sustainability of what you have just started. How sustainable is this? Are you just laying a banana peel for the incoming governor or the next government?
So the money is there. It's there already in the budget. It's how we reallocate those funds. Today, I can make savings by being digital. The savings I make, I use it to pay more salaries. I make savings by having a centralized transport system in government. Those savings, transfer increased wages. I'm saving money because I have an IPT. I don't buy diesel to run generators in my secretariat and government facilities. Those savings, I use it to pay salary. So for us, we're making government more efficient. And the savings that we're making, that accruing as a result, we're transferring those savings to give better wages to our citizens, to our workers.
So, how much of Edo money have you been able to plow into Edo State to work for the people of Edo State? We hear you have talked about the palm oil investment. We've heard you talk about the refinery investment, the agriculture investment, rice and all. What have you? How much of that have you been able to plow? And perhaps how much of the money could Edo people be expecting monthly to come and as investment, benefit, a profit for the people of Edo State?
Okay, so I think the simple answer is you can see government is earning more revenues and more IJR. And they're already earning more IJR from taxes, from rates, from rates taxes and other dues in government as a result of an improved economic environment, as a result of more investment opportunities in the state. Like you said, in the case of palm oil, for instance, we've allocated over 70,000 hectares of land for all palm farming. So we have companies here who are building out their nurseries, employing people, and that's almost $500 million worth of investment in the last 2 years or so. Dito in the area of hospitality, you can really find a seat on a flight to University today, or find space or room in a hotel. It's full because we have improved the business environment, we've made it more relaxed, we've removed the lions and tigers from the streets, we've improved security and safety, and we have electricity. We've invested in electricity. We have Azura, we have Ojomo, and we have a whole power. Edo alone has over 1,000 megawatts of power available, and we can generate more. So with an improved economic environment, there's still more investment, and government is able to get more taxes to fall back on growth.
The reason why I'm asking this is that if there are no concrete investment and money that the government is generating by its investment, profit from its investment, if there is a slight impact on the economy, as we've seen maybe a global economy recess or a national economy recess, it will impact on the local economy. And those who have your opposition that have tagged you as an MOU governor, that they have always seen is you signing MOUs and no practical investment on the ground. They talk about how much of infrastructure has dilapidated, how much of education facilities have dilapidated, and they're asking, what have you used the Edo money to do for the Edo people? And that's the reason why I'm asking, how much of investment have you been able to plow to make money and benefit for the Edo people?
So the economy of Edo is one of the fastest growing economies. Those people who you claim are complaining are the political buccaneers, as we have them here, who cannot have access to the state treasury like they used to. So they imagine that what they used to do when they were in government is what is still going on. They imagine that what's going on now is what used to happen when they were there. But that is not the case. We are running a very transparent government, and we are digitized. We can't hide any information. It's there for the public to see. Unfortunately, many of them are financially illiterate. They don't even understand what we're doing. They're looking for cash and not wealth. But we are trying to build wealth in Edo, and it is working.
What brought you to that calculations of 70,000 naira? How did you arrive at that figure?
So last year we increased wages to 40,000 naira. At that time, with an exchange rate of 415 naira to the dollar, the minimum wage was $96. Today, even with 70,000 naira, even with increasing minimum wage to 70,000 naira, at today's exchange rate, it's only $55. So our people are even poorer. They're earning less in real terms because of the amount of inflation and devaluation in the economy. This is what people are living with daily. Everything, that has led to full inflation. People cannot feed, and we expect them to work. Let us be real. Let the government stop being dishonest and deal with issues the way they really are.
There are those saying that maybe 150,000, 200,000 or 250,000, some have even said 350,000 would be the adequate minimum wage, federal minimum wage. Should there be an increase upwardly in the minimum wage to be announced by the federal government with consultation, of course, with the National Economic Council, which you belong? Would you adjust to that, or you will still leave it at 70,000?
I will look at my reality, and I'm sure if that is the rate that is agreed, there won't be reasons why, and there will be more cash coming to us as government. And if that happens, we'll adjust accordingly.
Yeah, the figures show as of last year that 1.4 million people living in Edo State are living in multi-dimension poverty, which represents some very staggering percentage in the overall figure. How much of that are you able to wind back in improving the livelihood of the people of the state, not only the workers? Because what you have announced today is going to directly impact on the lives and the livelihood of the workers, those who work for government, not talking about the artisans and those who work for private organizations.
So the irony is that today, the daily paid worker in Edo charges about 5,000 naira a day. So if the daily paid worker works for 10 days a month in Edo, in Benin, he earns about 50,000 naira. So why should the civil servant earn much less than that? So there's been inflation. So in terms of wages, in terms of earnings, we still, people in the informal sector have increased their prices. So that has to reflect in government. And yes, government is the largest spender, the government is in the economy, and we are paying 70,000 to over 50,000 people, 40,000 people. So imagine the impact, imagine the spread, imagine how many families and businesses were affected as a result of this increased spending by this large number of individuals. So it's about what we are paying for. It's not about how much we are paying. When we pay 70,000 naira, is it dash? Is it a grant? Or are people working? So the focus should be on how to organize government, how to organize the businesses, to make sure that those people, now that you're paying higher salaries, you must get better productivity and better services.